So it is day 29 of me scaling my consulting agency to 10k a month. I'm finally breaking through this kind of cycle that I've been having for the last week where I haven't been getting the best client results basically. And because I didn't kind of nip that in the bud and do the things that I needed to do straight away because I felt the pressure from it, that pressure made me start to avoid it. The more I avoided it, the more of a huge problem that it seemed like. And then what it led to is, well, pretty much this morning and even into this afternoon, where I literally could not sit down at my laptop and like open it up and start to do some work because I felt so like anxious about it. And, you know, I was going on like really long walks, like anything to try and avoid it basically. And I think like all of those things weren't always just to avoid it. It was to try and make myself better and feel better to get started with the work. So I need to give myself more credit because kind of the reason that I got into that situation in the first place is because I wasn't being nice enough to myself. And I think that's been a lesson that I've learned like over the last few days, and like speaking about it with my girlfriend and even messaging Alexi, like my old mentor, has been like, you can't be so hard on yourself. There's like two things. Like, you can have days off, and you can also have off days. Um, you know, one's planned, one isn't as such, but it happens to the best of us, and that's fine. But the problem is if you let one off day affect how you approach the next one, then well, what's the point in that? And I think that's the point that I've taken well. So basically what I've done to change some of this around today, and why I'm saying that I'm breaking through, is that I just listed out the things. What do I need to do to start to make improvements to these campaigns, or start to make improvements to the results that I'm getting for these clients? Now, it turns out one of my clients had a booking for today anyway. Now, I'm not even aware if she even looked in her calendar and saw it, so that might be another difficult conversation to have. But yeah, other than that, because I changed the follow up automations in the background to be more conversational and to kind of provoke conversation. Someone's replied to that asking for more information, so I've kind of said to her, "Look, do you want to call her?" And obviously she's so upset about not getting the best results, and I kind of said to her specifically, the deal that I did with her was actually 10 guaranteed. So she was like, still waiting for them and blah, blah, blah. She had one and the person came and didn't do it, but it's like, that's not really on me if she comes to the consultation. This person was obviously booked, so that's 2. And then obviously there's a lot more that I can do in the time that we're working together for the next couple of weeks to get the rest of them. If I don't, again, a part of me wasn't expecting to anyway, given how the campaign started and the fact that I wasn't doing anything to change it. So it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I'd have to refund pro rata at what I didn't get. But I think the main thing is that this has been a big lesson around pressure, basically, actioning the things that I know that I need to, and yeah, just how all of that works kind of in my head from a mindset perspective. And I think I'm slowly getting through that now, in terms of, I think one of the biggest things my mentor put into perspective for me was that along the journey of like obviously trying to achieve something you want to achieve, the main thing about it is that you're trying to change your life drastically to look in a completely different way. Your daily life to be different. You're waking up in completely better circumstances in every way. And obviously in terms of business, a lot of that is financial, but and what you can get from that. But obviously more than that, it's about your time, where you can spend it, how you can spend it, what that means, and there's a lot more to it, but that's not really what I'm trying to get at with this point. It's what he also said to me was that during that you're going to face a lot of like troubles and points where you kind of hit a wall, And there's a certain challenge that you need to overcome to prove to not just yourself, but kind of, the universe, if you were to say it like that, or to God, that you can get past that and you deserve the reward that is on the other side of it. For example, when you first start a business and you haven't got a clue what you want, this whole 10k a month that I'm trying to get, that goal is not like you don't deserve it because you haven't added value to anybody's life via the business that you're operating, whether that's a specific product or whether that's a specific service. You haven't delivered enough value to people to be able to get that money back. So that's why you're not earning that amount of money. For me now, if I can't run a good service, I don't deserve to earn that amount of money. So what I'm doing is I'm learning more and changing how I do my service to improve it so that I can become a person that deserves to be able to earn that kind of money, because I'm able to add value to people's lives and to people's businesses at a rate much greater than the 10k a month that I'm aiming to do. So yeah, I think when I put that into perspective and thinking about that now, it makes me realise as I get through this hurdle now, then I can get back to, getting more clients on and taking like higher commissions because I'm doing a good job basically. And from there, the business will start to grow. But yeah, I think it's all a learning curve, and I'm getting better at dealing with it over time. But yeah, the pressure of it did definitely get to me. But yeah, that's been day 29. I'll see you for day 30.